Sit proper way. Try to put your left leg first and right on it. Erect your backbone. Body, neck and head should be in one line. Relax your body, relax your mind too. Close your eyes and mouth. Be aware inside. Visualize endless space full with divine energy, and visualize globe in the space and your body on the globe in the space too. Visualize surrounding your body, your divine energy is flooding, and same energy is entering into your body through your nostrils, the form of breath, and giving you life. Pay attention on your breath and see your breath is coming from infinite source. It means source of life is infinite. Be aware about your source of life and try to take deep breath, long breath, deep breath. When you inhale, you think you are receiving divine energy. When you are exhaling, you think that you are throwing all malices, whatever is in your inside. But do it slowly, gently, not forcefully. Watch your breath. Think about source of breath. Pay your attention on it. If you have mantra, chant mentally, because sound and mind and breath has very great relation. So you should try to unite all these three: sound, mind and breath. This is the process of Mahayoga. Think you are above this globe. All material words are related with this earth. You are above all. If your mind fickle hither and thither, then you bring your mind again and pure attention on your breath and source of breath too. Now, pure attention on your vital centers. These vital centers are in your body. According to Veda, there are 8 vital centers, main. So you must pay attention your lowest vital center, that is called Mooladhara chakra, and sequentially you should pay your attention each on it and create holy sound. Om with me, and think you are elevating your consciousness with this divine sound. When you will recite this sound, open little mouth and after that close it and create sound inside, and you will feel that you are elevating your life energy from lower to higher. Okay? And pay your attention on each chakra and create a sound 7 times. And think you are surrendering your little I amness into cosmic I. Oh. My dear souls, may God bless you all. May He lead you all from darkness to light, from unreal to real, from death to immortality. May He shower upon you all His divine grace. May He bestow upon you all His divine love and wisdom. Om Kham Brahma. As you know, I will stay here about 9 days. And I will teach you people basic principle of Karma Yoga. This is very practicable and very useful subject, because we are a human being. We have all means through which we can perform our own duty easily and awarefully too. As you know, some years ago I taught here Sthit Pragya Darshana, 18 shlokas from 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and that is published now. That is Science of Stable Wisdom. And that book was appreciated by many Indian scholars, and I think that is very useful for seekers too. And that work was done by my dear disciple Margot, and they published that book too. They spent all expenses for that. Now I think that this basic principle of Karma Yoga is very good subject, and this is very useful for you people and for all humankind. So I am going to describe that subject on the base of Bhagavad Gita. Be aware, Gita is not related with any creed, caste, color, country, community and gender. That is divine message for humankind. Don't think that Gita is the Bible of Hindus. No. When you will study, you will see message of Bhagavad Gita is related with humankind. Anybody can follow that, and anybody can achieve highest good. Third chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Karma Yoga. But base of Karma Yoga is Sankhya Yoga. And Lord stated into 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is the basic principle of Karma Yoga? be aware about it. Try to understand your own self, what your self is. You know, your body is projection of energy. Energy is divine, there is no doubt, because whatever is infinite, that is called divine, and whatever is unlimited, that is called divine. Whatever is source of life, that is called divine. So energy is divine, and same energy appeared into form of your chitta and form of your intellect and form of your ego, mind, senses and body. All these are projection of energy. But really, according to Sankhya philosopher and according to Lord Krishna too, energy is insentient, has no consciousness. There is only power without consciousness. And you know very well that blind energy can't act in any particular system without guidance of, without direction of consciousness. So, enlightener of your chitta is supreme consciousness that appeared into form of yourself. It means energy and spirit. In other words, nature and spirit both are combined form in your own personality. Your entity is due to not only energy, not only spirit, but union of both. It was very good description in ancient ethics that energy is mother and spirit is father, and the soul is child of these divine parents. Though energy is infinite and spirit is infinite too, both are unlimited, both are infinite, and both are beyond our perception, beyond our reach too, beyond our intellect, beyond our wisdom, beyond our understanding. But we can understand their existence due to their effect. If you ask from any scientist, and he will tell you same thing. If you ask, have seen energy? He will say no, nobody can see energy. Then how, without seeing energy, you are believing into that? Though you are saying that scientists are believing only that thing, whatever is under their examination and experimentation. So you can examine energy? No. You can experiment energy? No. then why you are believing? Then he will reply, I am believing energy, not that I have seen energy, but I am seeing only effect of energy. So every effect has its own cause. Due to that, I believe that every metal has its own cause, that cause is energy. And whatever is beyond description, beyond perception, beyond our reach, that's called energy. Due to that, they describe energy as a limitless, formless, colorless, weightless. Okay? They use all negative adjectives for that. So that very energy is infinite, unlimited. That all-pervasive power. And that is source of our life too. As we all are sitting here, but we are receiving life energy from one source. So diversity is projection of that very energy. And beyond that, there is spirit. And what is differences between two, energy and spirit? Energy is changeable, appearing and disappearing, manifesting and dissolving. Okay? But spirit is not changeable. That is only knowledgeful and enlightening all chittas, all intellect. Though that spirit is one, absolute, infinity, but appearing in numerous chittas. You are seeing a little ant. The ant has its own chitta too. And that divine power is enlightening that ant's chitta too. A smallest creature, as one cell being amoeba, has life or has consciousness from that supreme power, that supreme spirit. So there are spirit and energy, nature and spirit in other words. Okay? And your life is result of these two combinations. Okay? And first, when consciousness manifests in your Brahma chakra here, then two kinds of movement start, breath and thought. Okay? You can study, then you will find out that when embryo is in mother's womb, and after few months, when he gets shape, then two kinds of movement start into that body, that embryo. Breathing and thinking. Breathing is the result of energy, and thinking is the result of spirit. Breathing is the effect of energy, and thinking is the effect of spirit. So, breathing is called breath and thinking is called mind. It means breath and mind both are twins. And these are effect of these divine parents. Be aware one thing. Breath become root cause of your strength. And strength always, become root cause of your action. That person who has no strength can't act. Sometimes person is alive and he is conscious too, but has no power, no strength in his body. He is lying down on the bed. If you ask, my dear, come and stand, he will say, no, I have no strength. I can't stand. He will reply, I can't stand. Why? I have no power. I have no ability. It means strength is the root cause of action. Okay? And thought and ideas, okay, planning, these are effect of your consciousness, because your breath can't plan anything. Breath has no idea. But ideas are projection of your consciousness. And strength is result of your breath. So my dear, that become cause of your action. It means every living being has breath and thought. It means every living being should think and act. When you will act according to your own knowledge, in other words, when you will act in the light of your wisdom, your knowledge, that action will be karma yoga. If you are acting not in the light of wisdom, but by the inspiration of your senses, your mind, your desire, your hankering, your temptation, your emotion, in other words, because all are variations of your emotion. So if you are acting according to your own emotion, that can't be karma yoga, that will be karma bhoga. You know, there are two ways for your action: karma yoga and karma bhoga. Karma bhoga means you will enjoy and suffer according to your own action. Okay? Whatever you will do, your action will give you some special kind of result, and that result will be related either suffering or enjoyment. If you are doing good karma, good action, that will give you enjoyment. If you are doing bad karma, then you will suffer. So good and bad, both kinds of actions are related with your own self, and these kinds of action is called karma bhoga. But Lord Krishna stated in the Bhagavad Gita, you must be karma yogi, not karma bhogi. He told, tapasvibhyodhiko yogi, jnanibhyo vimatodhika, karmi bhasyadhiko yogi, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. It means yogi is greater than ostentator, and yogi is greater than knowledgeful person, and yogi is greater than karmic person too. So, oh my dear Arjuna, you must be yogi. What kind of yogi? Karma yogi. Your action must be guided by your wisdom. Everybody is doing something. You can't live a single moment without doing something. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jat tisthati akarmakrit. Nobody can live a single moment without doing any karma. Because, as I told you, your action is the projection of your emotion and your strength too. So strength is related with your breath, and emotion is related with your heart, and your heart and breath both, so you have to act. You can't avoid it. That is your destiny. You are human being. Be aware about this fact that human being is not only soul and not only body. Though not only human being, everybody has soul and body. But not like a human being. Human being has complete or perfect means through which he can perform his own duty, his own karma. So karma is your destiny. You have to act. Without action you can't stay a single moment. So Bhagavad Gita taught you, if you are doing something, then you must do in the light of wisdom. And you have that wisdom. You know, Karma Yoga is the base, it's based on this ideology that everybody has head, heart and hands. Okay? Hands are means of action and heart is means of ideas and head is source of knowledge. So first you should try to use your head, then you can use your heart and hands. First you think, then decide, then act. Think whatever you are going to do, what kind of result will be of that action. If you are not aware about result and you are prompted by emotion, you are doing without thinking anything, then what kind of result you will achieve? That will be very bad. That can't be good. Can't be appreciable. And can't be useful too. If you are, compelled by your emotion and you are doing something, prompted that emotion, you can't achieve good fruit, my dear. Because emotion has no eyes. That is blind. A great seer, Tulsidas, wrote in his Ramayana, Badir and Premaina Prabodhu. Emotion has no eyes. Okay? When you feel jealous with any person, then your mind can't work. Your intellect can't work for that. If he has some virtues, but your eyes will see that vices, not virtues, in that body, in that person. Because we are jealous for that. The same way, if you have emotion, then your mind can't work, your wisdom can't work too. Because emotion will overpower your mind and you will forget what result will be. So my dear, first you should try to use your head, then heart, then hands. It was taught by Lord in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, but a great devotee of Lord Arjuna, though he was aware about everything, because he was very learned and very wise person. But he asked that, my Lord, sometimes you are praising wisdom, and sometimes you are praising action. Sometimes you say wisdom is greater than action, and sometimes you say action is greater than knowledge. So I become confused when I heard your teaching. Why? Though Lord Krishna taught that action without wisdom and wisdom without action both are meaningless. One person is very wise, but his wiseness is always silent, has no any activities. He is not using his wiseness. He is not using his wisdom. Then what wisdom will do? Nothing. That quietness will give any kinds of result? No. So Lord told that your wisdom must be active, and you must use your energy in the light of wisdom and do some good work. Whatever is welfare for our being, you must try to do that. Because if you are not acting, then your wisdom has no meaning. And he taught that those people who are acting day and night without thinking, without wisdom, their action become root cause of their suffering. In other words, that is in vain. Their effort will be in vain because they are not using their wisdom. So second chapter he taught that you must use your wisdom and do your duty. And Arjuna asked in third chapter in beginning, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojas kesho. O my Lord, if in your opinion wisdom is greater and better than action, then why you are urging me, why you are guiding me, why you are engaging me into very dreadful work? Because fighting is very dreadful work, very awful work. Killing enemies, killing others. So violence is not good work. So why are you compelling me to kill all these warriors? If you think that wisdom is better and greater than action, then why you are engaging me into such kind of awful, dreadful action? Here he uses two names of Lord Krishna, Janardana and Keshava. Janardana means Jananam Papani Dukkhani Ardayat. It is Janardana. That Lord who is annihilating sin and vices of his devotees is called Janardana. This is the name of Lord. The divine Lord always annihilate all kinds of sin and all kinds of actions, bad actions, whatever his devotee did in his previous life. You know that if karmic theory can be accepted as a eternal ways, then I don't think that any time will come in human life when he will achieve emancipation. It is not possible, because the chain of karma will continue. You must do something and enjoy result, and do something and enjoy result, because when you are enjoying result, you are doing something too for enjoyment that. So this chain will be continue. So there will be no end of this chain. So in the Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishad and Veda also we are reading that when a person devote his whole life to Godhead and completely he becomes surrendered to Godhead, and he merges his own little entity into Supreme Cause, then he becomes free from his previous karma, his chain of karma. That chain of karma become, finished. Because now there is no ego, there is no karma. Because base of karma is I amness. Base of karma is ego. So when he surrendered his own I amness into Supreme Cause, a cosmic I, then automatically his ego finished. Then his karma finished too. Due to that, there is a good name of Lord that is called Janardana. Janardana means he is annihilator of his devotees' sin and all kinds of karmas. Jananam papani doshani ardayat iti Janardana. And second, he used other name Keshava. Keshava means he is root cause of creator, sustainer and annihilator of this universe. There are three main power: creative power, sustaining power and annihilative power. Submissive power in other word. Okay? You are seeing in the word, something is taking birth and staying sometimes, in the end that finished. So there are three kinds of actions and there are three powers, three kinds of power too. Creative power, sustaining power or preservative power and annihilative power. So he is source of all. Every person has these three kinds of power. According to Vedanta philosophy, there is one name, there are name Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha. It means creator and preserver and annihilator. These three powers. And every person has three powers. Due to that we are reading that one power has three names. According to there are three kinds of karma, three kinds of actions. Okay? Everybody is creator, everybody is preserver, and everybody is annihilator too. You can think deeply, then you'll find out. These three kinds of movement are going on in your own life, and your real self is root cause of all. So that is called Keshava, second name. Janardana and Keshava, Arjun, call Lord these two names. Janardana, you are annihilator of all papas, all sins, all karmas of your devotees. So my Lord, I am your devotee. Why you are compelling me to do such kind of work? And you are master of all, creator, sustainer and annihilator. So you can do everything. Why you are compelling me to kill all these armies? It means if a devotee thinks that whatever is good for him and God will do everything and God should do everything, then it will be not good. Okay? You are going to school and teacher is teaching you, and if you are giving your own examination, okay, you are using your brain, your mind, your intellect, doing some effort, and you are giving examination, and teacher is giving marks and is reading your writing and giving marks and examining that and giving marks. You know your teacher is loving you and you know that he is knowing everything, whatever you are going to write on that paper. If he will tell everything, okay, without your examination, then how your knowledge will increase and how you will achieve knowledge? If he will tell everything, if he will try to, pass you in higher level, higher number, then how your knowledge will increase? So as teacher is testing always his own pupils, the same way that divine power always giving you all kinds of means for karma and testing your life, yourself, that what kind of karma you are doing and how you are using his divine gift. You know that your intellect is the greatest gift of Godhead. If you are using your intellect, if you are using your emotion, if you are using your hand strength, if you are using your energy in the proper way, then he will be happy. Because whatever he gave you, you utilize all these means in the good way. When he will be happy, then I don't think that in that state there will be anything who will be deprived of that. It means you will be perfect person by his divine love. You will be perfect person by his divine inspiration, by his divine light. But you must try to utilize whatever he gave you first. Then you see towards divine power, towards Godhead, and he will fulfill you. There is no doubt. So my dear, I was telling you that a great devotee Arjuna asked, Sir, if you think that wisdom is better than action, then why you are compelling me, urging me to do that dreadful work, or fighting this battlefield? It means wisdom is better than action, there is no doubt, because action without wisdom become root cause of suffering. But it doesn't mean that wisdom is better and you don't do anything, only think always about good thing. You don't act but only think about anything. No. Your thought must come into your deed. Then your thought will be better. Your wisdom will be better. If your wisdom is not engaging you on a good path, on a good way, on a good karma, then that wisdom is not appreciable. That is not better, it's not greater. So Arjuna is asking here, my Lord, he asked, there is one thing, that your teaching is creating confusion in my mind. Vyamishrevene vakena buddhimo sivume. He told that, Lord, you are creating confusion in my mind. Buddhim moha sivume. Really, you are creating delusion in my mind, in my intellect. Because sometimes you are praising intellect and sometimes you are praising action. So what is the better, action or intellect? He asked. Tadekam vadanishchittya en sreyoham apnuya. My Lord, you tell me only one path, whatever is beneficial for me, through which I can achieve highest good. You tell me one path, whatever you decide, your decided ideology, you must tell me, and I will follow that. Vyamishrene vakena buddhim mohe sivume tadekam vadanishchitta en sreyoham apnuya. It means, as I told you, you have breath, you have thought. Breath is the root cause of your strength. Thought is the root cause of your idea. Strength and idea, when you will put both into action, then you will get some result, good result. But if anybody asks that breath is better than ideas or thought is better than breath, then what you will say? Who is better? Who is greater? Thought or breath? Without breath you can think anything? No, you can't be alive a single moment. Your life will finish without breath. If you are not receiving oxygen, then I don't think that one can think about anything. Okay? Yeah. So you are breathing, you are receiving your life energy from outside. That is enough for you. And without thinking, without knowledge, what will you do? Nothing. I don't think that anybody can use his strength without knowledge, without intellect, without wisdom, without thought, in the proper way. So who is greater and who is better among both? I don't think that anybody can select one, this is better and this is, common. It is impossible. Both are better. But their betterness exists their own place. Okay? Because human being can't live without breath and can't think without thought. Okay? So here Arjuna is asking, tell me one way, whatever is decided by you, tadekam vadnishchittya en sreyoham apnuya, through which I can achieve highest good or perfection of life. He asked, tell me one path. Path of knowledge and path of action. What is better and greater than one another? But I think that teaching of Lord is not creating confusion. He taught very vivid form. Whatever he taught, you can read that in that book, which is called Science of Stable Wisdom. Because after that, Arjuna asked this question. When Lord finished his teaching, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitva Syamant Kalepi Brahma Nirvana Mrikshat. He told this is Brahma Buddha. When a person achieves Brahma Buddha, in the end of this life, and he after leaving this body, he achieved supreme state. Brahma Nirvana Mrikshati. He taught here. Then next chapter, third chapter, Arjuna asked this question, that my Lord, you are praising sometimes wisdom and sometimes action. So tell me one decided way through which I can achieve my highest ambition and highest good. In other words, I can achieve emancipation or perfection of life. But Lord told that, my dear, whatever I told you, that was very vivid form, very clear, that is not creating any kinds of delusion or not creating any kind of confusion too. That very clear form. But you know, if seeker understand easily, then what Guru will do? Has no any other duty. So this is the duty of Guru, to make seeker's mind clear, okay, and remove all kinds of doubts, whatever is arising into seeker's mind. This duty of Guru. Due to that, in ancient tradition, great seers told that nobody can be free from doubt without approaching Guru. Guru can make your mind clear and can remove all kinds of doubt. But aspirant must be real, true aspirant. Okay? Aspirant must be true aspirant, as Arjuna is. He told that I don't want to achieve kingdom of heaven. I don't want to achieve kingdom of this earth too. I want to know how I can achieve emancipation, my Lord. I am your disciple. I am surrendering myself into your holy feet. Guide me, my Lord. He surrendered himself into holy feet of Lord. And then Lord taught him this divine knowledge. So, my dear, there is no doubt that many kinds of confusion appeared in seeker's mind. Confusion and make seeker's mind clear, through which he can tread on his divine path. So Lord Krishna taught that supreme knowledge, that divine knowledge, through which Arjuna became a great devotee, a great man. And I will explain that teaching not today but tomorrow. Now time become over. May God bless you all. May He lead you all from darkness to light, from unreal to real, from death to immortality. May He shower upon you all His divine grace. May He bestow upon you all His divine love and wisdom. Peace in the heaven, peace in the space, peace on the earth. Om Kham Brahma. Thank you very much. Okay, sit properly. Put your left leg first, right on it. Erect your backbone. Bring your chest ahead. Bend your neck little. Create a straight line from tailbone to top of head. Close your eyes and mouth. Visualize endless space full with divine energy, and visualize globe in the space, your body on the globe in the space too. Visualize surrounding your body. There is an ocean of divine energy. And same energy is entering into your body through your nostrils in the form of breath and giving you life. Be aware inside. Your life energy is coming from outside, from infinite space. It means your life is the part and parcel of infinity. Be aware about it. Feel you are part and parcel of infinity. You are no limited entity. Really, you are one without second. You are absolute without any division. Your body, mind, and intellect all are projection of divine power, nature, and your spirit is manifestation of divinity. Try to feel oneness with that divinity, oneness with infinity. Put your tongue on the palate and watch your breath and source of breath. Meditate on it. Few minutes. Chant your mantra mentally. Mantra will vibrate inside and it will be very helpful for your purification, and it will create divine atmosphere, insight into your mind. My dear souls, may God bless you all. May He lead you all from darkness to light, from unreal to real, from death to immortality. May He shower upon you all His divine grace. May He bestow upon you all His divine love and wisdom. Om Kham Brahma. As I told you yesterday, I am talking about basic principle of Karma Yoga. You know very well base of your entity, your personality, is nature and spirit. In other words, energy and consciousness. energy appeared in the form of your physical, sensual, mental, egoistic and intellectual level. And spirit is only enlightener of all these means. You know very well both are infinite, not finite. But you are always feeling your own entity in the finite form. This finiteness is not ultimate truth. Really, it is not real. It is only projection of infinity. Infinity appeared into numerous form and name, and each form is related with infinity. If a person wants to separate himself, he can't. Why? Because no effect can exist without its own cause. So every effect is residing into cause. Similarly, your existence is due to your own cause. So cause of these three bodies is energy, and cause of your soul is supreme consciousness. Philosophy of non-dualism is based on this ideology that energy always acts in the light of Supreme Spirit, because energy is insentient and spirit is sentient. As your body, your mind, your senses become active in the light of your soul, in the light of your spirit. If there will be no soul, no spirit in this body, then these all instruments will be useless and inactive too. So, as your spirit is master of your body, senses, mind, intellect and all, if anybody call you from outside, you are sitting alone in your chair, in your room, and he's asking, who is there? What will you reply? Nobody is here, I am alone. You can't say, oh, there is my body, there is my senses, there is my mind and intellect and I myself. You can't count all these as a separate entity. Why? Because these all instrument has no separate entity. Their existence is due to your own self. Due to that you are declaring there is nothing beside me, I am alone. Okay? In the same way we are reading in the Vedas that Dveva Brahmano Rupe Murtam cha Amurtam cha, that Supreme Spirit has two forms. One is Murtam, is formful, and other is formless. So whatever is beyond nature, enlightener of nature, that is formless. But whatever is under nature, manifested into nature, through nature, that is formful. So we all are only manifestation of that Supreme Spirit through divine energy. Due to that, we can say that we are one. Our source of life is one without second. Okay? This is the basic you can say substratum of your existence and your action too. You know, you can see in society, some people are very brainy, very intellectual, using their intellect always. And some people are very vigor. They always try to do something. But they are not using their brain. They are not using their intellect. These two kinds of nature are related with two things. You know, knowledge is the property of a spirit, and vigorness is the property of energy. So some people are energetic. Those energetic people always try to do something. They are very zealous, very vigorous, and very active. And some people are only thinking and analyzing. They are using their mind, their brain only. They are very knowledgeable person, very knowledgeful person. And their knowledge is useful and their vigor is useful too. But if both will work separately, then knowledge and vigor both will be useless. Because if one is not putting his knowledge into action, then he can't achieve anything. And if he is not acting in the light of knowledge, he also can't achieve anything. There are many people acting without proper knowledge and getting nothing. Okay? There are many people thinking only, planning only, but not acting, because they have no zeal, no vigor. Their knowledge is useless too. So knowledge becomes useful when it comes into action, and action becomes useful when a person uses knowledge. Okay? Because nature and spirit separately both can't do anything, can't create anything. Okay? And we are reading in the Upanishads, mystical treatises, that Supreme Consciousness can create this universe when he accepts his divine power as a means. And without that divine power, that's called nature, that's called Maya, that's called Prakriti in Sanskrit language, without divine power he can't do anything. And Lord stated into 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that I manifest myself through my divine nature. Prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmaya. First I accept my divine nature, then through that divine nature I manifest myself in numerous forms. So this inverse is the result of not only spirit, not only nature, but when nature was enlightened by spirit, then this inverse was appeared. So my dear, inverse is a really result of action. And that action was related with nature, there is no doubt, but in the light of spirit. So you have two in one. Your body, your mind, your own existence, this part of nature, and your soul, your spirit, is manifestation of Supreme Cause. So, if you are only thinking, not acting, not doing anything, then you are misusing your own self. Okay? And if you are acting without thinking, without knowledge, without using your brain, then you are misusing your own self too. So Lord stated here when Arjuna asked, my Lord, sometimes you are praising action and sometimes you are praising intellect, knowledge or wisdom. And you are saying their wisdom is superior than action. Then why you are urging me into dreadful, wrathful, awful action? My Lord, my mind become puzzled because your statement is not clear, creating many kinds of doubt in my mind. So please, my Lord, tell me one path which is decided by you and which is beneficial for me, through which I can achieve highest good or perfection of life. This was his question. And this question is related with every person. Sometimes person become confused, puzzled about his own duty. And he thinks, what is doable and what is not doable? And he couldn't make clear himself. Then he is approaching to learned men, to guru, to master, to sages, and asks, show me proper path. And same question was here put by Arjuna. And Lord replied, my dear, lokasmin duvidha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yogina. He told that, my dear, you are really sinless, because sinful person has no ardent desire to know what truth is behind all these phenomena, because his sin always covered his mind, his intellect. He has no really clear mind. He really is unable to achieve true knowledge, because his sin is always covering his mind, his intellect, and he become prey of delusion, prey of infatuation. So sinful person can't
approach to Guru and can't seek guidance from Guru? Because he always thinks there are only 1.5 intellect and I have 1.5 was distributed all among human beings. Think in this way. He never tried to seek any proper guidance from any learned man, because his sin become great hindrance on his divine path. But such kind of person like Arjuna, Lord stated, O Anagha, O sinless mind person, really you are proper vessel for divine knowledge. Then I am telling you, he told, in the beginning of this universe, in the beginning of human race, I gave 2 kinds of knowledge. I saw 2 kinds of paths. One for intellectual people and other for vigorous people. Because by nature, they have different, mode of mind. So they can follow different path. You don't think that there is only one path you can approach to your destination. No. Because you have 2 things, head and heart. And both have their own, important place. If a person is saying, no, only heart will lead you up to your destination, or other person is saying, no, only intellect will lead you up to your destination, both are, wrong opinion. Because heart and hand, if you are joining both, then you are yogi. But everybody is not yogi. Okay? Somebody are always working in the light of intellect, but somebody is working always when they were prompted by their own emotion. So here Lord told that I taught 2 kinds of discipline for mankind. One is related with knowledge and other is related with vigor. Because a vigorous person becomes very active and he can't sit calmly, quietly, and can't live without action. A knowledgeful person really can live without action, but if he will leave action completely, then it will be very hard to lead life too. So I taught 2 kinds of discipline, 2 paths for mankind. One is related with Sankhya and other related with yoga. Path of Sankhya is related with knowledge. Jnana yogena Sankhyanam. It means those people who are intellectual, I taught them one method of renunciation of fruit, of action, not action. Okay? Because they don't want any kind of fruit. Then they think, if I don't want any kind of fruit result of action, why we can do any kinds of action? So they become away from action. But this path is not correct. This idea is not correct. Jnana yogena Sankhyanam means they must use their knowledge, but their knowledge always become fruitful when they will do something without desire. Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam. Because Lord told further that karma sannyasa is not really to don't do anything. Karma sannyasa means to be detached with fruit of karma, and desireless action is not really action for boundaries. So Lord stated, Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam, and those who are knowledgeful, who have analytical ability, analytical wisdom, they are thinking always, analyzing always, cause and effect, and action and result of action. And those who are always using their brain, and path of knowledge is very good for them. If you tell them they must do this and do that, they can't be eager to do that. Because their nature is totally different. Mode of mind is totally different. So Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam, these are Sankhya people, follower of Sankhya philosophy, analytical process of this universe. They always understand what is root cause of action, and what is the form of action, and what is the purpose of action, or fruit of action. And they know that action is related only for, our duties are related with for those people who want something from this universe, from this world. If you have some desire, you have to act, because desire can't be fulfilled without action. But if one has no desire, then there is no need to act. If one has no desire, there is no need to act. If you don't want to achieve anything, don't want to act. You don't act. Action is not compulsory for you if you have no desire. But here, Lord stated that if you have no desire for your own self, and you have ability, you have knowledge, you have vigor too, then you have to act, my dear. For what? Not for your own self, for others. For welfare of all beings. Sarvabhut hiterata, chinnadvaidha yatatmana sarvabhut hiterata. If you have no, dualistic idea in your mind, your dualistic idea has become, finished, and you have all kinds of control, you subdued your senses, your mind, okay? You finish your all kinds of desire. Then now you must use your ability for welfare of others. This is your duty. And this duty, such kind of duty is not related with worldly affairs, but such kind of duty is related with divine power. And do action as a worship of divinity. And that will be really worship of divine power, he taught. So such kind of ideas are related with Sankhya yogis, and all Sankhya yogis were very active, but they were totally detached from their action. They were thinking whatever they are doing nothing, because nature is acting into nature. Okay? Guna guneshu vartanta itmatvana sajjate. They feel that only attributes are acting into each other, so I am not doer, I am only seer. Really your self is seer only, not doer. Who is doer then? Doer in nature. Karya karan kartrutve hetu prakriti uchyate. Nature is doing everything, not your spirit. His spirit is only enlightener. He is only seer. He is only knower. He is only observer. He is not doer. Okay? As the sun is shining, when sun shine, then automatically lotus blossomed. If lotus blossomed in the light of sun is not doing that work. Only in the presence of light of sun, lotus blossomed. Okay? When sun is setting, then lotus always, shrink. So, my dear, as the sun is only enlightener, not doer, the same way, your consciousness, your spirit, your soul, your real self is only enlightener of your these instrument, but there is not doer. Can you say that electricity doing so many kinds of work? No. Electricity is not doing anything. Only giving power. Then who is making different kinds of articles? Only machine. Machine is not electricity. Electricity is totally different from machine. So machine is doing everything. Machine is moving. Machine is creating. Machine is building. Machine is making some different kind of modes of metals. Not electricity. But without electricity, machine can't do anything. As a machine can't do anything, can't act without electricity, in the same way, your senses, your body can't do anything without consciousness. Okay? So consciousness is your seer. So Sankhya Yogi always become aware about his real position. And he think, Naiva, I am not doing anything. Naiva kinchit karomiti. Yukto mannet tattvit. I am not doing anything, because he is fully aware about these two principles, nature and spirit. So all kinds of movement are going on into nature, and spirit is only enlightener, seer. Okay? So Sankhya Yoga is perfectly aware about this fact. Due to that, he is above. He is totally detached all actions. So Lord stated, Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam and Karma Yogena Yogina, and another is Karma Yogi. That is yoga, yogi. He is doing karma because he is not living away from karma. Because he is a vigorous person, he can't live without action. He is a very zealous person, he can't live without action. He has to act by his own nature. Then karma is the cause of bondage. If a yogi is always busy in the karma, with karma, then how he become free? Karma is not creating any bondage for him. He told no, because he is doing karma but not for himself. Then why he is doing karma and for what he is doing karma? Lord told, he is doing karma for worship of Godhead, for service of divine. For service of divine. Swakarmana tamabhyarcha sindhim mindati manava. He is acting, he is doing karma only for pleasing his own Lord. Because he is believing that supreme cause. He is aware about that supreme cause. He is yogi. He is realized soul. He knows that one supreme power is inspiring nature. a natural phenomena is always cause of all kinds of actions. Due to that, he is acting for divine power. He is worshipping Godhead. So Lord stated here, action is not cause of bondage, my dear. Then what is cause of bondage? Fruit of action. An attachment with the fruit of action, not fruit of action also. Attachment with the fruit of action is the root cause of bondage. Okay? If you are doing something behalf of Godhead, you are worshipping your Lord. That can't be cause of bondage. But if your mind is on that point, what kind of fruit I will gain after doing this action, and your mind is fixed on that fruit, then that action will be cause of your bondage. You can't be free. Because attachment with fruit is the cause of bondage, not action is the cause of bondage. Because action is action. That movement of your senses, movement your body, movement your limbs, that is called action. So action always can't be cause of bondage. You are sleeping, you are eating, you are moving, all are action. It can't be cause of bondage. Because a great yogi, great seer, all are moving, talking, eating, drinking, okay, sleeping, waking. They are doing all kinds of actions. But they are free from this worldly affair, worldly attachment, because they have no intention about fruit. Okay? So their intention is always related with supreme cause, supreme power. Due to that, if anybody is intended with fruit, then he can't be free. So karma yogena yoginam, yogis are doing karma because karya karan kartritva hetu prakruchyate. They are fully aware that body and senses and movement of body and senses are only part of nature. Due to that, they are free from karma. So Lord told that vigorous person always achieve my divine grace, divine law, by doing action for me, by doing karma for me. Mat karma krit, mat parmo, mat bhakta, sangha varjita. They are always doing something only for me, not for their own self. They have no selfish motive. They have no self-interest. Their interest is related with my interest. So they are doing always such kind of karma which is related with me, Lord stated. So karma yogena yoginam, such kind of person is using his own vigor, his own power, his own strength for pleasing God, pleasing supreme cause. And their action become fruitful for all beings. A knowledgeful person is doing karma for welfare of others. And yogis are doing karma for welfare of others too. Okay? But there are some differences between two. What is differences? Very little, very slight difference between two. But yogi is doing behalf of Godhead. Okay? And Sankhya followers is doing karma not behalf of Godhead, then for welfare of all beings. And whatever you will do for behalf of Godhead, that will be beneficial for other beings too. But your mind will be related with Godhead. But if you are doing something only for welfare of all beings, not behalf of Godhead, then what will be? You will be detached. There is no doubt. You will be free from bondage. There is no doubt. But you will enjoy your own self. Okay? Atmarati, Atmatushti, Atmatripti. Lord stated this process. So he taught that there are two paths of achieving highest good, path of knowledge and path of yoga. Okay? In other words, path of knowledge and path of action. We are reading in Veda one hymns, very good hymns. I think that you will never find such kind of teaching any other treatises. A great seer taught that Murdhanim asya sansibhya atharva hridayam chayat mastiskat urdhah prerayati pavamano adishishata. It means a great divine power, atharva. Tharva means whatever is moving always. That's called tharva. Atharva means he who is not moving always, who is stable. Who is stable? Really, that's supreme consciousness. And who is moving always? Nature, energy. Energy is changing always, moving always. That is called tharva. And spirit is stable, is not moving. That pure consciousness is stable, momentless. That is called atharva. So, in the light of supreme consciousness, he who has joined his head and heart together, atharva, a great seer atharva, murdhanim sansibhya hridayam chet. It means, murdha means your head, your intellect, your wisdom. And hridaya means your heart, your vigor, your emotion. Sansibhya means stitching with each other. So a great yogi in the light of supreme consciousness who is stitching head and heart together with each other, then what happened? When he is stitching heart and hand together, joining heart and hand together, he told that mastiskat urdha, and his consciousness cross his mind, okay, and go above, and prerayat pavamano adishishata, his prana, okay, his life energy go above from his head and become one with supreme cause, and he become perfect person. So my dear, if you will try to join your heart and hand together, then you will be perfect person, not before that. Okay? This is the process of yoga. Yoga always joining head and heart together. And such kind of yogi is fully aware about supreme cause, and he is doing action behalf of supreme cause, because he knows very well that nobody can live a single moment without doing anything. Action is really destiny of humankind. So Lord stated here that Sankhya Yogi and Karma Yogi, yogi, follower of Sankhya and follower of Yoga, both are really detached and both are treading divine path. Both will achieve highest level of consciousness. Both will achieve emancipation, but their method is different. In Sankhya Yoga, intellect is playing great part, but Yoga and Karma Yoga, heart is playing a great part. Okay? And heart and hand. You don't think that yogi has no knowledge. You don't think that knowledgeful person has no vigor. No, it is impossible. Everybody has head and heart. Okay? Everybody has head and heart, two things. Vigor and knowledge. Consciousness and energy. Everybody has it. Because our life is a combination of both. We can't create any kinds of division between two. Okay? And we can't exist without one among both. Heart and hand, and consciousness and vigor, both are very essential part of our life. But yogi is always using their vigor, their strength, their power, their energy. They always, doing such kind of practice through which they become energized, and they receive energy through their method and use their energy for good purposes, for worship of divine power. And Sankhya Yogi is always using their brain, their intellect, their wisdom. Then they become really intuitive person. They realize supreme truth and they act in the light of supreme consciousness. Okay? So Lord stated, Lokesmin duvidha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha, O anagha, O sinless, pious person, Arjuna, I told this two kinds of discipline for achieving highest good in the beginning of this creation. One was related with Sankhya and other was related with yoga. These Sankhya and yoga are ancient philosophical ideology. Very ancient, very ancient. In Western country, philosophical treatises was started from Greek philosophers, and Pythagoras was one, 500 BC. And Pythagoras was a disciple of a great seer from India. And he wrote and he talked about that. And after that, Socrates. At those days, India and Greek were neighbor. And he was a soldier and posted on the, border of his country. And he met with one yogi, Sankhya Yogi. And he left his service and he became a great philosopher. He taught same ideology in his country. Due to that, he was poisoned. And his disciple was Plato. And he gave all similes, whatever you will find into Upanishad and Sankhya philosophy, in his, books. And after that, his disciple was Aristotle. So, my dear, all these philosophers were really acquainted about Sankhya and Yoga system because they described in their own work. So Sankhya and Yoga philosophy is the oldest philosophy in the world. And both philosophies are giving proper guidance for humankind. And everybody has his own nature, his own mode of mind, and what kind of mode of mind become useful for yogis, and what kind of mode of mind become useful for Sankhya. And it is, very hard to say. But here, Lord stated that it was taught by me in the beginning two kinds of disciplines, Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yogina. Because everybody has this knowledge and vigor. And one can't be deprived of anything. Due to that, if a person is joining both, that is a great thing. Otherwise, and one can use knowledge for his own action, and other can use his vigor for his own knowledge. Okay? So Sankhya and Yoga both are path of divine, and one can adopt one and lead his life according to that and attain highest good. Thank you very much. And be aware about one thing more, that if you are doing some practice daily, either in according to Sankhya system or according to Yoga system, if you are doing practice daily, not only thinking, not only talking, okay, but putting into practice, then you will be benefited. But if you are not putting into your practice, you are only talking and listening, and only you are thinking, not putting into practice, I don't think that you will achieve, any great thing without putting into practice. So practice is greater and better than other things. A heap of knowledge will be useless without putting into practice. A little knowledge will be useful or very beneficial for you if you are putting into your practice. So either you can follow Sankhya system or you can follow Yoga system. There are two systems in the world. You can categorize, you can analyze all religious systems, all religious methods. You can categorize only in two systems. Okay? Those people who are living ancient time into Greek country, they were called sophists. Sophist means they were knowledgeful person. They were follower of Sankhya system. But when Socrates came and he discussed with those people, and he told, I am not sophist, my dear, I am philosophist. Philosophist means I am not knowledgeful person, but I am lover of knowledge. Okay? So it was very popular. Nowadays, philosophist become philosopher. Okay? Philosopher means lover of knowledge. So, knowledge is useful in every state when you are putting into practice then. And without practice, knowledge can't help you. So be aware, do practice, morning and evening, whatever you are hearing, put your in practice. You will be benefited. May God bless you all. May He lead you all from darkness to light, from unreal to real, from death to immortality. May He shower upon you all His divine grace. May He bestow upon you all His divine love and wisdom. Om, peace in the heaven, peace in the space, peace on the earth. Om Kham Brahma. Thank you very much.